Bitcoin hoodie guy coming back with another Kaspa video. Before we dive into it, can you go ahead and Mike Tyson that like and subscribe button for me? So, well, man, that's how the market goes. You go up, you go down, they giveth, they taketh away. And I don't know exactly why it went down. You see that the Bitcoin ETFs are having all this inflow, price of Bitcoin going down, macroeconomic conditions. I don't think Roy and Kitty had anything to do with crypto. I don't know. Maybe some people thought he was going to talk about Bitcoin or something, but circling back around to Kaspa, you can see we're at 16 cents. And that's the thing about these markets. You got to, zoom out. So, we hit the all-time highs, went over 19 cents. Now, we're down 15%, but it's just been a few days since an all-time high. But when you zoom out to the further scale, you can see, hey, in the week, we're still up 17%. Oh, the month, we're up 33% on the month chart. On the 1 year chart, we're up 1,000%. So that's when you zoom out. I don't know when you're holding, when you got in. I first started playing when it was actually over a year ago. It was February of 2023. And then I sold kind of right around here like a moron and took a little 2x and then got back in at 5 cents and then bought it, from 5 cents all the way up to 9 cents, getting a 6.5 cent average. So that is what is, and I don't know, you're probably better than me, but for me, when you're looking, when it's going up, it's fun to keep checking the charts and the prices that day, but it's easy to lose perspective that, and that's when you really just zoom out, one day, oh, we're down 3%. Oh, the week we're up 17%. Oh, month we're up 32%. Year, 1,000%. All time, obviously, it's crazy. If you're lucky enough to be mining or buying back then and hold on to it. Same thing with Bitcoin. Oh, you're down 7 day, up 3%, month, up 10%, 1 year, up 162%. And you can go a little bit further to the market bottom. So and so when you do that, it puts everything into perspective. Kaspa is basically in line with everyone, down 2 or 3%. You can see some like Solana's almost 5%, Dogecoin 7%, but hash rate is looking good. And you can see that top addresses. Let's see what that's looking like today. We're at, well, here's first, we'll see, pretty much, 90% rusty nodes. So you're not even really seeing the go nodes very much anymore. And let's check out the top addresses. See what it pulls up. 351. So that's growing a little bit. Still, I think, well, they actually will update this website. They've changed the UI here. So, yep, a little over 90%. That's the same. Apparently, Casware open beta is live. Casware wallet, a Chrome extension, and they are gearing up to support the KRC20 tokens. And so there's a lot of stuff excited. Let's see if Casplex said anything new. Which logo do you prefer? Number 1, number 2, or number 3? Personally, I like number 1 the best. That's just me. Let me know which one you like the best. Most people look like they like number 1, 1, 1, 1, 2, 1, 1, 1, 1. Looks like pretty much everyone likes number 1. Bitcoin Hoodie, love your channel. Don't fear the dump. Cash will set you free next bull run. Oh, yeah. Thanks. 1.5 cents. How much will you be up in 5 years? Cha-ching. Yeah, let's see. And the thing people need to realize is there's plenty of time. I made huge mistakes in the beginning. I agree there, Jason. I fumbled it a little bit. I was actually kind of messing around with a currency, Epic Cash, that was a privacy coin, and then they started talking. I heard people in that community talking about Kaspa, and then I saw Crypto Galaxy's video. So that was back here in February of 2023. And then I bought it at like 7/10 of a penny, and then somewhere around a 2x, and it was only like $50. I didn't have a very large position because it was on Vitex, some weird exchange. And then I just wasn't. I kind of once in a while would pay attention to it. Then at 5 cents again, I just started looking more into it. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to take a position on this. And so yeah, I'm not worried about these pullbacks. It always feels better when it's in the green and red, but in the end, that, if you say someone was a long-term hodler and whoops, where are we going here? If someone was a long-term hodler in Bitcoin, you can see what the ups and downs are like. So if Caspa gets to say $3, $2 or $3, just imagine it. Because right here it goes up to 15 cents back, so 50% pullback. And then it got up to 16 cents, basically another 50-60% pullback. So already, just since it's went from that big rocket up from 5 cents up to 15 cents, 50% pullback, like 50-60% pullback. Who knows what we'll get here? But so, if it gets up to $1, it might go back to 50 cents. It gets up to $1.50, could go back to 75 cents. So we're gonna get those, and yeah, I mean, you guys sound like you have a pretty good game plan. Um, I fumbled a bag of 350 casts. Ow. Well, you live and learn, and that's what I think a lot of this is. Um, I'm right there with you. I traded all my other alts for Caspa. I'm a DJ. I'm older, looking to retire in Caspa in the bull run. DJ Tommy Boy. Half my bag goes this bull run. I'll save the rest for next run. Yeah. So I haven't figured out my exact plan, but I'm definitely going to keep some of my bag. But yeah, I think that everyone has made mistakes in crypto. We've all made a ton of mistakes, and some of my biggest mistakes, like right there, I should have went when I first got into Caspa, I should have just went heavy right then at the beginning. But hey, I got a decent position now, and then some of my other altcoins and stuff, I just never took profit. And it's just funny that I don't know if you saw the Roaring Kitty. There was so many people, 600,000 people watching that, CNBC. And I mean, he came out wearing like a arm brace, his arm in a sling, like a wrist thing on his wrist, a head bandage, ice pack, just joking around, drinking a beer. Some people think it's all part of his game, whatever. The guy's got a funny sense of humor. He's joking around about E-Trade, showing his portfolio. And so somewhere you got to circle around and have some fun. This was funny. On a different side note, there's GameStop, then short sellers and Roaring Kitty, and then GameStop shooting them all, or at least Roaring Kitty, because he had his live stream, and then GameStop had earned their released their earnings report, and it was down, and then also they're selling like 75 million more shares. So it's a wild ride for everyone. And yeah, I'm 43, back up to 81K though. That 81's a pretty solid bag. Yeah, the DJ Tommy is 54, and he has only 625,000. 625,000, even like, so if you go here right now, 625,000, you're deep into the dolphin territory. And if it gets up to, say it gets up to $3, and I don't know if you're in the United States, so if 300, if he got up to $3, that's 1.8 million. If he sold 300,000 of them, that's $900,000. I'm not sure where you live. For United States, if you go past a year and you pay long-term capital gains, then that is that is, you're not paying as much taxes. So like here in the United States, if you lived in, say, Washington State, yeah, so there's calculators on there. I think that if you can go long term, then you're not paying as much capital gains. I don't know what country you're in or what jurisdiction you live in, but yeah, that's a pretty good bag you have there, DJ Tommy. And 81,000 is nothing to sneeze at. You can see that that's in the fish territory, but it's almost at the edge of the fish territory. So you can see that there's almost 65,000 crab wallets, which that's 1,000, under 1,000 Caspa. And then in the 1 to 10,000 range, you have 85,000. And then probably the majority of the fish are actually under 85,000 Caspa. So 85,000 is a pretty solid bag. Depends on what your game plan is. I live in the corrupt Chicago. So does Illinois have a state tax? I know that I was seeing that they're having trouble selling Michael Jordan's house because it's such a custom house that Michael Jordan had there, and they want like 14 or 15 million. It's a nice house, but it's too customized for him, and the taxes in Chicago are heavy. So, So yeah, you're probably Chicago. If the I don't know if you have state tax or not, but it's a huge difference if you can hold it long term. But yeah, I don't know if you Chicago is it getting pretty expensive in Chicago, but you know, too is Kaspa ETF maybe in 2 to 3 years. Yeah, maybe on the next cycle. This cycle depends on how crazy they get. Yeah, Puerto Rico is looking good. Texas, Florida, but Puerto Rico with no capital gains. If you can make it down there, yeah, you could be set. You might try to change it. I don't know. I know that like some of those Biden administration's trying to. Yeah, I know there's some states, the West Coast, Washington, Oregon, California. They have. Uh, well, Washington doesn't have state taxes, and California has a lot of taxes. So that is a huge factor. If you can get down to Puerto Rico or somewhere that has better tax situation, you can make a lot of money just by making that move. Puerto Rico seems like a lot of the houses aren't as cheap down there in Puerto Rico. It looks like just kind of what I've seen is like it probably used to be. A lot of people getting that idea down there, and I saw where the Biden administration wants to tax, and I don't know if it's just for super wealthy people, but unrealized capital gains. I mean, that's ridiculous in my mind. Plus the whole tax situation. But when in doubt, zoom out. I think we're in a good position. I think Caspa's got so much going on for it. And I guess, I don't know, sometimes I feel like I'm just a broken record saying the same thing every day, just trying to look at what's going on. And it's slowly developing. And it's almost like if you just could go into a time machine and pop out next year, if you're, I know so I have some other positions too, like my dog meme coin, and you know this can be higher, and you just see these daily fluctuations, and you can see good news, and you can see that all these ETFs are buying Bitcoin, but the price, that there's lots of short selling on Bitcoin apparently with the CME. And so and might be that some Wall Street guys are trying to short it down so they can buy more Bitcoin. But at some point, if they can overpower them, it's fun seeing Roaring Kitty. It's fun seeing someone that turned 50,000 into 300 million, almost 700 million. It fluctuates so much. It shows you what's possible in this day and age where in the past, it was so hard for just a regular person like us to get life-changing money. And life-changing money could be something different for all of us. It could be generational wealth. It could be being able to, move down there to Puerto Rico and not have a job. Maybe you're doing something. If you're into Solana as well, check out Falc's new decks. Okay, yeah, Falcon X. I remember, I think maybe you brought that up or someone else did. It's like Jupiter, still in the early stages. Falc's, that is. There's so many things headed Caspa's way. It's crazy. The Falcon X. I remember I can't remember if that was you, someone else brought it up. I haven't been doing a whole lot with there's Falcon X. It's got, looks like what, just 9 million, less under 10 billion. It's got, let's see. I don't see what their circulating supply is. Maybe, or I don't know, they get max supply. I don't know. So right now it's a tenth of a penny, $10 million market cap with their total supply. I'm not sure if they have, you can see that the chart went up to 3/10 of a penny. At least it's been charted on Coin Market Cap for about a month, so still pretty early. Get it on Radium, Mexi, Jupiter. Yeah, there's going to be a lot of different plays this run. I know a lot of stuff on base is blown up, and as stupid as meme coins are, Brett is blown up. I think it looks like it's pulled back. It got up to like 1.9. I bought $1 Toshi and it's did like a 70 to 100x or something. I only put $1 in, but it's so those meme coins are crazy. A lot of opportunity out there in this bull run, and 10 billion total. Okay, then that's the max supply on the, whoops, go back there to the Falcon X. So the max supply there. So that's, 10 billion is pretty low. It's not into the trillion. So 1 penny, that means if it got up, if it really caught on, what is the other, let's see, the Jupiter is Radium. What's Radium's market cap at? 434 million. What's Jupiter at? 1.3 billion. So if Falcon X could actually give them a run for the money and get up to a couple hundred million, it's got a long ways to go. 100 million would be a 10x, 200 million. So it'd be about like a 40 or 50x just to get to Radium, and Jupiter would be way up there. So yeah, there's a lot of opportunity out there. No need to go all in, but worth a hold. Yeah. Right now I'm probably not going too all in on anything, but it changes, I mean, like my dog go to the moon thing is one of my larger positions now, but I got it airdropped to me, and that one's really fluctuating a lot. And not saying you should buy this, and I think it's going to do good, but um, it's interesting how some things blow up in your portfolio and they take on a larger position. And so, because the rune stones I bought, I still basically have almost the same value I paid for them, and then now I have quite a bit of these dog coins that I got airdropped to me. And so that's actually one of my larger positions now, which is kind of crazy that my financial future is on a meme coin. But I think it's exciting times. Kind of got sidetracked there a little bit, but circling back to Kaspa, I mean, all the pieces are aligning in my mind. Still hanging in the top 30. No centralized exchanges, so there's some huge catalysts on the horizon. Bitcoin's going to explode. There's too many people that are trying to buy into it for eventually to overpower the short sellers. And there's just only 450 Bitcoin being created. Kaspa's hash rate is growing, done 5 or 6x basically since I started covering it. Addresses are growing. The Rust rewrite's almost done. Kasplex has got the KRC20, Kasplex, partially signed Kaspa transactions. You got Kaspa wallets coming. There's development going. Roaring Kitty's back. Life is good. We're going to have a good bull run. So thanks for watching and stay bullish. Have a good day.